Urgent, G-Men fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest Big Blue news. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Giants rumors. How Insider thinks New York views Shedeur Sanders rumors suggest the Giants' view on Shedeur Sanders is becoming more clear. The New York Giants own the number 3 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, and there has been some speculation they could take former Colorado Buffaloes quarterback Shedeur Sanders. However, in recent weeks, that buzz has quieted down, and now one NFL insider reveals how he believes the franchise views Sanders. In ESPN's latest first-round mock draft, Jordan Raanan predicts the Giants will select Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter. He goes on to explain how the franchise does not view the Colorado star as a top 3 talent. Overall, Raanan thinks New York is all in on either Carter or Colorado's dual man, Travis Hunter. The Giants don't seem to view Shedeur Sanders as a top 3 talent, even with their needs at quarterback. High-level executives around the league agree that Hunter and Carter are the clear-cut top prospects in this draft of the blue chip or generational. Variety. You don't pass on that type of player, General Manager Joe Schoen said last week. New York addressed the quarterback position in free agency after signing both Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston to the roster. At the very least, the two of them bring plenty of starting experience to the team and could serve as a short-term solution for the Giants. Someone like Carter or Hunter would certainly be a big get for the Giants. They're both seen as two of the blue-chip prospects in the 2025 class. Considering New York is set to pick at number 3 and it's widely expected the Tennessee Titans will take Miami Hurricanes quarterback Cam Ward number 1, that should leave the Giants with either Carter or Hunter. As for Sanders, the Colorado prospect has received plenty of mixed reviews heading into the NFL draft. Many believe he could fall into the latter portion of the first round. If he does fall into the second round, or even later into the first, there is seemingly a chance the Giants make a move to add the 23-year-old quarterback as well. Pausing this news, just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Big Blue news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks, now let's get back to the news. Browns, Giants reportedly taking trade offers, Travis Hunter on the clock. Something's brewing at the top of the NFL draft, and it might have everything to do with Colorado's two-way sensation, Travis Hunter. According to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the Cleveland Browns and New York Giants have been actively fielding trade calls for the number 2 and number 3 overall picks, just days before the 2025 NFL draft kicks off. And with Tennessee reportedly locking in the number 1 pick, all eyes have shifted to what Cleveland and New York will do next, or more specifically, who's calling and why. Hunter, the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, logged a mind-bending 1,581 total. Snaps for Colorado last season, nearly 300 more than any other FBS player. His ability to change the game on both sides of the ball has made him one of the most talked-about prospects in recent memory. Schefter reported that teams trying to trade into the top 3 are primarily interested in Hunter, Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter, or Boise State RB Ashton Jeanty. But among that group, Hunter's generational versatility makes him a unicorn. While both teams could use Hunter themselves, ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr. projects Cleveland to take him at number 2. They're keeping the phone lines open. Neither franchise has shut down trade discussions, according to Schefter. That means they're not just listening, they're considering. And in a draft light on elite quarterbacks, high picks have become hot commodities for teams looking to land a game-changer like Hunter. There's been a stunning lack of movement this year. All 32 teams still hold their original first-round picks. That hasn't happened this close to the draft since 1967. With Hunter viewed as a once-in-a-generation talent, this trade inactivity might just be the calm before a storm, and Colorado fans should be watching closely. If a team makes a move into the top 3 this week, Travis Hunter could be the reason why. For Buffs fans, the NFL might be about to realize what Boulder already knows: Travis Hunter isn't just a star, he's a revolution. Jalen Milroe to the Giants. Buzz continues to grow thanks to star WR New York Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors has apparently been pushing his team to select Alabama QB Jalen Milroe in this week's NFL draft. This week, the eyes of the football world will be on Green Bay, Wisconsin, where the 2025 NFL draft will take place at legendary Lambeau Field. Of course, Alabama fans will be watching to see where Crimson Tide quarterback Jalen Milroe lands. If star wide receiver and former LSU Tiger Malik Neighbors has his way, Milroe will join the New York Giants. Appearing this week on the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams, Milroe admitted that Neighbors has been pushing for the Giants to bring Milroe into the fold. This week, the eyes of the football world will be on Green Bay, Wisconsin, where the 2025 NFL Draft will take place at legendary Lambeau Field. Of course, Alabama fans will be watching to see where Crimson Tide quarterback Jalen Milroe lands. If star wide receiver and former LSU Tiger Malik Neighbors has his way, Milroe will join the New York Giants. Appearing this week on the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams, Milroe admitted that Neighbors has been pushing for the Giants to bring Milroe into the fold. It might be true, Milroe said with a sly smile when Adams asked if Neighbors has been singing his praises to the Giants' front office. The thing about his game, Milroe said of his friend Neighbors, is it is very unique. You know, he comes into the league with so many great skills, a unique skill set, the competitive edge, all those things he has at the receiver position, I like at quarterback. And then we're both competitive, so that competitive spirit of coming from LSU and Alabama on one roster is going to push everyone on the team. So definitely, if I could choose, I'd love to play with him. And then also, we have a relationship, so it would be cool. We just come into the locker room, we have a relationship like that. Malik Neighbors campaigning for Jalen Milroe to come to the New York Giants. Jalen Milroe might get his wish to play for the Giants. There is no question that the Giants are in desperate need of a quarterback. Sure, the franchise has signed 2 veterans to help bridge the gap in 2025, but neither Russell Wilson nor Jameis Wilson is going to be a long-term solution. Thus, the expectation is that New York will spend a top pick to try to find its QB of the future as the Giants try to crawl out of the basement in the NFC East, a division where the other 3 teams, the Philadelphia Eagles' Jalen Hurts, the Washington Commanders' Jaden Daniels, and the Dallas Cowboys' Dak Prescott, are light years ahead of them at the game's most important position. Now the question is whether or not the Giants will spend the number 3 overall pick on Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders, or use it on a position player such as Colorado defensive back receiver Travis Hunter or Penn State edge rusher Abdul Carter. If the Giants don't take Sanders in Thursday's first round, they might be able to circle back and take Milroe in Friday's second round at pick number 34 overall. In fact, that's exactly what Pro Football Focus recently predicted will happen. On the other hand, Milroe is a wild card in this draft, and he could be off the board before the Giants' second-round pick. Some sites believe he could go as high as numbered 18 to the Los Angeles Rams. There is no question that a team is going to spend one of its top 3 picks on Milroe. He simply has too much athletic talent to be ignored. The question is whether or not a team will be willing to invest a first-round pick on a QB that might not be ready to play immediately. What does work in Milroe's favor is that this is considered a weak quarterback class, meaning that teams might be more inclined to use an early pick on him, given that there aren't many potential NFL starters available in 2025. Naturally, when Milroe hears his name called, he will be thrilled, regardless of who makes that selection. However, it is clear that he would love to pair up with his friend and fellow former SEC star Neighbors in New York. Giants' massive draft trade could result from controversial update. If you are the New York Giants as they 2025 NFL draft nears, you could take the easiest road. Stand pat. Take one of the 3 best players in the class. If you are a fan of the Giants and you hear they might drop out of the number 3 spot, you might be scratching your head with distrust of the thinking. ESPN's Peter Schrager has reported that the Giants are among the teams fielding calls for their top pick. Although the Tennessee Titans are not entertaining offers for the first overall pick as of Tuesday morning, sources told Schrager that the Browns, who have the 2nd pick, and the Giants, who pick 3rd, have received trade calls over the past 48 hours and that neither team is outwardly rejecting those overtures, ESPN Adam Schefter wrote. The expectation, sources told Schrager, is that those teams looking to trade up to the number 2 or number 3 pick are pursuing Colorado two-way star Travis Hunter, Penn State pass rusher Abdul Carter, or Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty. Do you trust Schoen to win the trade, or would prefer the easiest road stand in there and make the pick? There are high-level talents available to them at number 3, and yet there is a fair price to make the move, which would figure to net enough assets to merit blockbuster billing. But a massive move would also be a controversial one. Our beat writer Anthony Licciardi notes, it's more likely that New York is in pursuit of a quarterback and attempting to have its cake and eat it too. Taking Colorado's Shedder Sanders at number 3 will be seen as a reach. Doing so later in round 1 and amassing more draft capital is an easier sell. But do the Giants need multiple bodies more than one stud? And can this GM be trusted to make the right call? The Giants and their fans are about to be on the clock. Giants not outwardly rejecting calls for number 3 pick in NFL draft. Will they trade it? The Cleveland Browns and New York Giants are fielding trade inquiries for their first-round picks, according to Peter Schrager of ESPN. The Giants own the number 3 overall pick, and the Browns are set to select at number 2. The Titans, who hold the Nobuts. One pick will not move. NFL Network reported Tuesday that Tennessee intends to keep the pick and take Miami quarterback Cam Ward first overall. According to ESPN, the Giants and Browns have received trade calls over the past 48 hours, and neither team is outwardly rejecting those overtures. The report echoes what Giants general manager Joe Schoen said last Wednesday at his pre-draft presser regarding being open to trading up or down. We'll be open to all options, he said. Those types of strategy sessions have been ongoing and talking through different scenarios. We're always going to be open to either or of those scenarios. Schoen also said the Giants have received some calls from teams looking to trade up. If the Giants stay at number 3, they are widely expected to pick edge rusher Abdul Carter out of Penn State or receiver cornerback Travis Hunter from Colorado. Depending on who is on the board, Giants trade rumors makes quarterback draft plan perfectly clear. The New York Giants are favoring taking a quarterback in the first round. They just do not want to do it with the number 3 pick. According to reports, the Giants are looking to use their 3rd pick as planned, but trade their 2nd round pick to move up in the first round for a 2nd selection. Eric Edholm of NFL Network has proposed the notion the Giants will enter into a trade with the Minnesota Vikings for their number 24 selection. He then suggests the Giants are going to select a quarterback with that pick. The quarterback that the Giants are looking at drafting is one other than Shedder Sanders from Colorado, who the Giants were rumored to be coveting with the 3rd selection before the NFL Scouting Combine. Connor Hughes of SNY reported head coach Brian DeBole is high on Jackson Dart from Ole Miss, who is reportedly sought after by the Giants later in the first round. Jackson Dart is a name to watch for the Giants as a trade-up option on Thursday. Sources I touched base with said he's someone Brian Daboll is high on most out of QBs other than Cam Ward. Among qualities Daboll values in QBs is toughness. Dart has that, Hughes posted on X. Giants won't be alone in QB pursuit, though. Matter of how aggressive they want to be. There's not much out there right now connecting Shedder Sanders to Giants. That hype has cooled dramatically from where it was in December. Dart starting moving up the boards after the Combine. He is also sought after by a few other teams as well. It will be interesting to see where he ends up and when he is selected this week. But this much is true. Things seem to be coming perfectly clear when it comes to the goal. And now, G-Men fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Big Blue. I'll be back any moment with more Big Blue News. J-E-T-S. Jets. 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 Let's go, Giants.